I will be giving my updated 2026 Senate election predictions, and today is August 10th of 2025. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'll go ahead and do all the likely safe states, which will be Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, South Carolina, Kentucky, Tennessee, West Virginia, and Kansas. Would that be safe? Let me make sure I'm not, yeah, West Virginia, South Carolina, Mississippi. Do know. Kansas probably won't be safe. Okay. And now, safe states for Democrats. Well, maybe not Alaska. Okay, so Oregon. This definitely goes to Oregon, Illinois, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Jersey, Delaware, and Colorado, I believe. Yes, 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 yes. Virginia, you could make an argument, possibly. New Mexico probably won't fall into the safe column, but I do think Virginia could move into the safe column if Warner decides to still run for re-election as yeah. Now we'll go into the likelies, which will probably be Kansas, Illinois, Ohio will probably stay Republican, or definitely will, since it is up for re-election, since J.D. Vance is now the vice president, and but the dude that the governor appointed to the Senate will probably run for re-election and win pretty easily. Florida, and even if the current incumbent senator in Texas does not win the Republican primary, Texas will probably stay Republican by around 9. The least amount, like worst case scenario in Texas, maybe 7%. Alaska probably goes around 9%. Oh, New Hampshire will be safe. And now likely New Mexico probably go around there like 6-7%. And honestly, I would not be surprised if North Carolina flips a Democrat by a very, very large margin. Is there a way Congress? I don't want to look at Congress. Let me search up 2020 governor elections. Oh, not now. Sorry. It's not showing me, huh? Will New York Times show me? As we saw, oh, well, oh my gosh, it's making me pay. But if you saw that last time Roy Cooper won, he won by around 7%, and with Trump being pretty unpopular right now, with around a 6% disapproval rating, and will probably continue to rise as we get closer to the midterms, I would not be surprised if North Carolina possibly goes to Roy Cooper by around 7%. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Now, John Ossoff is polling extremely well in Georgia, so I do think he will win Georgia by around 4%, maybe 3%, 3 to 4%. If Brian Kemp did decide to run, I do think Brian Kemp could have won the state of Georgia Senate. But with John Ossoff and no Brian Kemp, I do expect John Ossoff to win the Georgia Senate. And I also expect Roy Cooper to win the North Carolina Senate by around 3 to 4%. Now, it is possible that we see Susan Collins get knocked out in Maine, but probably not since she did vote against the big beautiful bill. So maybe in a more liberal state, she's able to keep her seat, but I would not be surprised if her polling goes down to around a 3 to 4% margin. Now, Michigan's tough. Minnesota, I do think will stay Democrat, but only very low because the incumbent senator has decided not to run for re-election, and she only won it by around 5%. I could see Democrats only winning it by around 4 to 3%. Now, in Michigan, there aren't really any Pete Buttigieg and Gretchen Whitmer both declined to run in the Michigan Senate, which is so the two biggest candidates. So if either of those people run, they could have won the Michigan Senate pretty easily. But since none of them running, I could definitely see the Michigan Senate being one of the most funded Senate races in in 2026. Right now, the Republicans do have more, or the RNC has more national funding to use and play around with. And Republicans can probably tell they're not really going to win North Carolina or Georgia. So it's probably best for Republicans, strategically wise, to focus on Michigan. Uh, and then, as we saw, Peters, a incumbent senator, only won by 1.1%, or 1 point. Whoa, 1.7%. So I could definitely see it flipping Republican, but I I could see Democrats taking it, but there's not really any strong candidates. So I do expect Republicans to take the Michigan Senate. Anyway, thank you all for watching. This is my prediction, and peace out.